What's going on, 22? And it's time for that new comic book day review. Now, this is not a tall stack of books or anything like that, but this is an awesome stack nonetheless. So, kicking things off first with Green Lantern number 16. Still going with the Jeremy Adams run of this Green Lantern. Picking up right where, I guess, Absolute Power left off. We start off this story here like in a war. Apparently there was a Green Lantern War Journal special, which may give you more information of like how we got to this point where we are when this book first starts, as well as a new character is introduced, and it seems like that character was introduced and their origin was in that Green Lantern War Journal special. So go take a look for that if you're looking for, any kind of first appearances or anything like that. We start off with Hal and John Stewart and Star Sapphire going into a ship. They're trying to rescue these people, and Hal and John got to go outside the ship while Star Sapphire stays inside to be able to help propel the ship because the motor has gone down. Turbine, jet, propulsion, whatever that powers the ship. Anyways, John and Hal go out and they're taking on more of Theros's, Lord Premier Theros's, lanterns. It's the red, the green, all that jazz. However, Theros seems to be, dead right now. And this character Star Shroud shows up. There's a fight between them as well. And Star Sapphire and crew get out of there. Then Hal and John Stewart get out of there. And then we're going over to, the guys doing a rescue mission to save a lantern. And they've got Larfleeze there as, a distraction. Which Larfleeze looks pretty cool in here. The artwork in this is freaking awesome. And I'm glad we're past Absolute Power. This is a fun, great issue, action-packed. If you're looking for some Green Lantern, I highly advise some Jeremy Adams. I think he's doing an amazing job right now. And yeah, definitely check out Green Lantern. We got a new Iron Man in. Here is Iron Man number 1. And of course, I had to get that John Tyler Christopher negative space variant as well. So awesome. This is picking up right where the last volume of Iron Man seems to have left off. Tony has somewhat got his company back, however, not all the way. But what I don't like about this story is that there's already a power struggle for the company. There's a lady that comes in. She's partnered up with Roxxon. Roxxon's wanting to also sit there and buy Stark Unlimited because they're doing making war missiles or making war things again, and Tony is not wanting to do that. So, but the offer's already been put on the table, so now they have to look through it and maybe the deal goes through, maybe it doesn't. There's talks of a magical Iron Man suit. I don't know anything about this. I didn't finish the last volume of Iron Man. And it seems to be that's where the story is going. That it's this tech versus magic, which I find kind of interesting, especially since we're supposed to be getting Ironheart here soon, the TV series. And that's labeled to be a tech versus magic show. That's the rumors anyways. Tony, right off the bat, this issue, his suit, goes on the fritz, it crashes, and he's in the hospital. He comes out, he looks horrendous. He's lost a bunch of weight and he's just bandaged up. He looks really bad. He keeps having issues with his suit, finds out that it's magic that's causing the problems, and that Justine Hammer is part of this as well. She and AIM and Roxxon, they're all it's a whole big thing with all of them to try to acquire Stark Unlimited. And Justine Hammer, it seems has acquired his suit. So he goes and makes another suit that doesn't look like it has all the tech that he normally has. It's this one right here, actually. And we don't get to see this one in action yet, but it's a very like steampunk vibe type of suit. So I like it, but I kind of feel like maybe we're doing a replay of what last volume was, even though I didn't even read all of last volume. So I'm kind of worried about that, but it's also Iron Man at the same time, so it doesn't really matter for me. I'm going to wind up getting it anyways. I'm intrigued as to what's going to actually go on and what's going to happen, but I don't know that I can necessarily recommend it yet, especially since I kind of get the vibes like we're doing what we did last volume. So, I don't know. We'll see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 3. Now, if you've been keeping up with my reviews and you've been keeping up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know that this is an issue all about Leonardo. That's the one turtle we haven't talked about. Well, there's one of 2 turtles that we haven't talked about yet. Leonardo looks to be in India. He's at some river where a bunch of turtles go, and he's trying to, like, I guess, figure out what his place is in life, like where he should be, what he's supposed to be doing, just figure out his purpose in life. Of course, the clan come to mess that up, and I'm gonna let you know right now, like, I know that Leonardo was put in a predicament where, like, he had to be, like, kind of, like, savage, brutal. However, this is a side of Leonardo I don't think I've ever seen before, and it was pretty crazy, honestly. I really dug this issue. It ends with him being in Japan, I believe, with Mikey and Raph as they're fighting. And so the brothers are starting to all team back up. And then they mention Donatello and how they need to go to him. So I find that really interesting that they're actually now the 3 of them are going to the last brother. And so I kind of wonder if Donatello is the issue, is the reason why they split up, because there was a Donatello from the future in the last volume that kind of threw things out of whack. So I'm wondering if we're continuing on from that. It'd be kind of interesting to see if that's what it is. If you're a TMNT fan, or if you've wanted to get into TMNT but didn't know where to start, these have been fantastic. Jason Aaron's on this, Alabama Boy, and freaking I'm loving this. This has been fantastic. Walking Dead number 99. Only one issue away from that monumental 100th issue, with the first appearance of Negan, the death of a major Walking Dead character that I spoiled in a previous episode, but I'm not going to do it here just in case you don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't though, but yeah, I still have not read any of these, but I just can't stop getting them. I think this is like the cheapest that I'll be able to get them, so I just keep picking them up. Here are some back bin issues that I found, not dollar bin, but they're still like $2.50, $3 something a piece. I don't know, they were a good deal. I think these were actually $2.50 a piece, which was fantastic for what they are. This is the Mighty Thor number 700. It's a fried pie variant. This is one that I did not have. It's actually by artist Inyuk Lee, which I thought was really cool. It's a really popular artist that people like, and glad to see him do some work for Fried Pie. There's actually a lot of like famous cover artists that did work for Fried Pie, which I find really, really interesting. And yeah, this, like I said, one issue, a Fried Pie issue that I didn't have, so glad to add this to that collection. X-Men Red number 1. Another Fried Pie variant. However, this is one that I do already have, but for $2.50 I couldn't pass it up, and thought that, you know, I love giving these away, and so I wouldn't mind, you know, giving away my better, not my better, but like keeping my better copy and giving away the one that's like lower as far as grade value. But I still think it's really cool, really nice cover. Here is my one and only dollar bin pickup, and this is Moon Knight number 13. This is from the Jed MacKay run of Moon Knight. Ever since reading Doctor Strange and reading a little bit of the first of that Jed MacKay Moon Knight, I've been slowly but surely wanting to pick up his run on that as well. I've loved what I've read so far, and I absolutely loved Doctor Strange and that run of his. So really interested to see what he will do with Moon Knight, and just go from there. Let me know down in the comments what you're reading, if anything in this pile looks interesting to you, and if you're reading into this stuff, I would be interested to know that. Thank y'all so much for watching. You can find me on the Comically Comics podcast every Monday on all podcatchers, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That same episode on our YouTube channel, Comically Comics Podcast, on Wednesdays. You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox at 22_comics. Once again, thank y'all so much for watching. And as always, y'all have a good one.